Welcome, everybody, to my official spoiler free Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness review. I will be creating a spoiler review because I feel like this is a movie that I have a lot on my mind. And, well, I do want to give a spoiler free review for people that are considering watching it or have not watched it yet and they're just looking to see my opinions on it. Again, this is all opinion based. Nothing I say is like 100% true because it's my opinion. Um, so I will be creating a spoiler review too for this for Doctor Strange because I, I feel like I need to. It doesn't make sense. But as you can see here, this is an image from the trailer, so not a spoiler. And let me say my initial reactions to the movie. It's not a spoiler. It's definitely different. And in multiple ways, in good and in bad. Again, you need to watch it yourself to understand what I'm saying. It is probably by far one of the most unique and creatively Marvel movies ever, almost from like MCU at least MCU standpoint. But yeah, my see, I really wanted this movie to be good. I really did. I had I don't think I was one of those people that were expecting a bunch of cameos, and I'm going to tell you right now, don't. Don't expect a lot of cameos. Go in to this movie like you're watching a Doctor Strange movie, and at that, it does a great job. It does an excellent job as a Doctor Strange movie, and obviously, I think it's pretty obvious that Doctor Strange was really interesting in the movie. He was cool as always. He was Doctor Strange. I mean, there's not much I can really say about him. But in my opinion, the biggest standout in this movie is Wanda Maximoff. And let me tell you, I hate her. I have never understood why she is such a popular character in the MCU. Actually, let me pull up an image real quick. Bam, image. Instantly. Look at that, guys. I got an image for you guys instantly. Isn't that crazy? So, um, I have honestly never been a fan of Wanda. I think she's an interesting character. But besides that, Elizabeth Olsen did a fantastic job. Wanda is by far, I think, the standout of standouts in this movie. And I'm trying to put it in a way so that obviously I don't spoil it. So, Wanda was great. I think let me think of the other characters. So we have a new inductee to the MCU. We have America Chavez. Sorry. And I have looked at reviews from other people's opinions, and I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think she was that special. I think overall, again, no spoilers, had a couple of good scenes, but overall, I don't think she was that superb of a character. Again, it's not her movie. It's not her thing. She's just a side main character, you want to call it. Um, again, it's not her movie, but I've seen people been saying that she was also another standout. I disagree. I disagree. I don't think she was a standout. I think she was an okay character. I don't hate her, and I think she was interesting and very important to the plot, but I don't think she was that much of a standout. And you may hate me, and I'm not saying this because I don't like the character. It's just in this movie. I don't know. I definitely think she has a lot of growth and a lot of room to grow. Just not this movie. Was not really interested. I guess that's me. And the last side character we have is my boy Wong. As always, Wong carried, but in all seriousness, Wong was Wong. I can't really say anything He's just Wong. Like, I need to pull a picture of Wong. Wong. He's a baddie. Let me get a picture of him real quick. Magic. See, I'm like Doctor Strange out here. Look at that. It's Wong and Doctor Strange together. I mean, Wong's a baddie. There's not much I can say about him, but in all seriousness, I think it was all right. Nothing spectacular. Um, One thing I'd love to praise about this movie is its action sequences. Really, really great action sequences. Um, Excellent CGI for the most part, and as a Sam Raimi directed movie, it was going to be unique in the first place. And one thing I found extremely unique was its horror aspects. Let me just move this around real quick. All right, look at that. And you're like, horror. It's an MCU PG-13 movie. Trust me. I raised my voice because they pushed it. I don't know how they did it. I don't know how the rating system works, but they truly, truly pushed it, and that really went well for the horror aspects and action sequences. All of them, real solid. Now, I'm gonna mention this one more time without spoiling. Let me tell you why I'm not a big fan of this movie, and I'm not a big fan of this movie. I think it was entertaining. I think for the most part it was enjoyable, but it is just terribly paced. It's something that needed to be longer, and I mean that in the most like, again, this is my opinion, but I don't think anyone could watch this movie and say that was perfect timing, perfect length, because it was just not. It was just not, and they put so much in one movie that you don't see character development. You don't see really a lot in this movie because it is very short. I'm gonna pull up a new image here because I'm kind of getting a little bit interested. Long. What? Why would you say that? None of you. I dare you accuse me of saying that. But here's a little bit of. I like this picture. It's pretty interesting. They're all looking. All of them look terrified. Besides Wong, he's just determined because he's just a baddie. Um, but the reason why I said I am not a fan of this movie and I honestly disliked it was the story. I that's the hard thing about a spoiler-free review. The main issue of this movie was the specific story. And if you watch this movie, you may enjoy it. I think some people may enjoy it. They're like, well, this was I don't know, fun, but I was fun. But it was just not great. And when I mean not great, it was bad. And there were some times in this like the script, and like you're picky about the script, but there was some dialogue that was just absolutely crazy. It was bad. There were times where it was just plain out awful, and I want to talk about this, but I can't. I'm not gonna say it. But yeah, again, the story was just not it. And when I say story, I mean just so the plot of the movie, and I just hate what they did with the character development. It just did not feel like that. And one thing why I'm so surprised about this is because it's Sam Raimi. He did a fantastic job in Spider-Man 2. Most definitely. Most definitely with character development. And in this movie, it just wasn't there. It just was not there. The plot, the pacing, just everything about the straight story was just not it. And although the horror aspects, the action aspects are excellent. I mean, they're excellent in their own respective, and I don't think we should discard the movie because of that. It's just not it. It's just not it. And I imagine in the comments people are gonna say, "Well, you probably thought there was gonna be more cameos in this movie." I don't care about the cameos. There could have been 0 cameos in this movie. There could have been 1,000, and if the story was the same, it still would have been just bad. And it's okay. I don't mean bad, and by far, I mean, let me repeat that. The movie itself is not bad. I think the movie is all right. I think it's average. I don't think it's anything spectacular. I don't think it's anything. It's not terrible. For me, it wasn't it. But in my opinion, this movie is just average. It's just average. And yeah, again, it's not. You may have a different opinion on me, and that's fine. But I think it's gonna be a movie that people are gonna say, "Oh wow, this movie was so good. This is the top one Marvel movie." And I've seen someone say that this is the best superhero movie of all time, and I just no, just no. It has issues, but it has great parts in it. It it really did. And I'm not gonna spoil it too much, but it I don't want to say it. Never mind. I'm not. I'm gonna retract that and put that in my spoiler review, because you need to watch the movie yourself and see what you think before judging what I'm saying. I'm gonna switch the image real quick. Bam. Your mind's blown. Um. So watch this movie yourself. I think one thing I enjoyed is that it picked up right from the start, and it really just did its thing. It really did its thing, and it did well. I'm a huge fan of the horror aspects in this movie. I'm a huge fan of the action sequences in this movie. But what brings it down for me is just the story. And at the end of this movie, this is what I said in my mind and out loud. That was just kind of pointless. And yeah. And you may say, "Oh well, it's a movie. You're supposed to just enjoy it. So just watch it and enjoy it." Yes, I agree. But it's just not great. It's not great. It's not bad. It's just in the middle. I don't like giving. I'm not a big fan of putting numbers on a movie, especially because like I can say, "Oh, this is like a 7.6 out of 10." Like, so is that an 8 or a 7? So I don't like putting. I guess I don't like putting like a decimal after it. It's just there's sometimes where I guess it makes sense, but this is a movie that it's one of those movies, and I think it's like a 6.5, a 7. I'm just not a fan. It just didn't hit. It just didn't really hit. And you might go on, your TikTok and you go your For You page or you go to your Twitter. Oh God, please don't go to Twitter. Please, for the love of God, don't go to Twitter for anything superhero. It's awful. It's terrible. It's terrifying. You may go to Instagram, Facebook. Who uses Facebook anymore? Please don't use Facebook too. Go on whatever you want, and you may see people say, "Oh, this movie was absolute trash. Oh no, it's awful." Or you may go people say, "What are you talking about? It's my favorite Marvel movie of all time. It is 100% a 10 out of 10. This movie is perfect." And I think that's where you're gonna get with this movie, and you're gonna see a group of people defend this movie with their heart, and you're gonna see a group of people who hate this movie. I think I'm in the middle. I think there are aspects that I hate, and I'm going to be honest with you. Hate is a strong word, but it is what I feel. And there's aspects that I enjoyed. Um, I definitely think it is a pretty rewatchable movie. I think the comedy aspects were all right. Some jokes were awful. It's a Marvel movie. What'd you expect? Some jokes were okay, but that wasn't the main aspect of this movie, and I appreciate that they did not do that. And we're near around 15 minutes, and there's not a lot left I can say. I know I sound like a broken record, but if you watch this movie, you'll see what I'm saying. Even if you think it's great, there are just some issues with the story that I I can't get over. Um, Let me move this image a little bit. Like, let's try this. Yeah, I want to end off this image. I think this image is dope as hell. Um, so that is my review. Is there any aspects I guess I'm missing? Okay, Christine Palmer, played by Rachel McAdams, again, all right. I think the only two main characters that stood out for me were oh wait, my mouse is here. There we go. Miss Maximoff and Mr. Strange. I think everyone else was kind of just there. And I mean that in the nicest way possible. They were just kind of there. I hope you guys enjoyed my review. Please, please, in the comments, don't spoil anything. I would straight up delete it if you spoil anything. But let me know what you think about my opinion. You debate me, just again, don't spoil it. I don't mind. I don't mind. I would love to hear what everyone else to think about it. And again, I don't think this movie's bad. I enjoyed it. I just don't think it's great. Um, so there you have it. If you want my review rating for it, I guess it's a 7. I think it's a 7. I mean, yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, and if you want to see my spoiler video, that will be out depending whenever you're watching this. It's probably out already, but if it's not out, give me a couple minutes. It'll probably be out soon. It's YouTube. It's not that big of a video anyways, so it's just like an image in the background. So, thanks for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.